Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers at home and around the world to Global TV Midday News live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. The Chicago State University CSU has reportedly released the academic records of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu following the request by Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP). In the 2023 general election in line with the Illinois United States Court order. In its response, the CSU insisted that it does not keep copies of diploma certificates issued to students. It also confirmed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu graduated from the school in 1979. The CSU released the documents to Atiku on Monday in compliance with the order of a United States District Court in Northern District of Illinois. In ordering the CSU to release Tinubu's academic records, a U.S. district judge dismissed the president's objection. In the CSU documents, which went viral late Monday night, the institution responded to Atiku's 4 requests. The university presented to Atiku's legal team a cache of documents connected to Tinubu's education at the institution and copies of certificates with redacted names issued to other persons about the same time the Nigerian president finished from the school in 1979. It also contained Tinubu's admission records and a letter dated 27 June 2022, confirming that he attended the university from August 1977 and June 1979, majoring in accounting. The letter said Tinubu was awarded Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with honors on 22 June 1979. The Department of Development Control, Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA), has issued a stern warning to the previous owners of 165 revoked properties in the FCT, cautioning them to refrain from any involvement with these lands to avoid potential prosecution. Mukhtar Galadima, the director of the department, gave the warning in Abuja on Sunday while his team stopped an attempt by some former owners to carry on with development activities on the revoked lands in Maitama, Abuja. He expressed concerns about these actions, especially in line with the revocation orders, accompanied by security personnel. Officials from the Development Control Department confiscated construction equipment discovered on the site, apprehended some of the workers for identification and others to vacate the premises. It is worth noting that the Minister of FCT, Yisom Wiki, had revoked 165 land plots in the FCT due to the non-development of these properties, citing continuous violation of the terms outlined in the relevant sections of the Land Use Act. In response to this development, Galadima emphasized that the FCTA was determined to prevent any attempt to return to the revoked plots and act accordingly. He also cautioned the public, stating that the FCTA would not only dismantle any structures or revoked properties, but also initiate legal proceedings against those involved. The Governorship Election Petition Tribunal has nullified the election of Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State, declaring PDP's David Umbugadu as the winner. Delivering the judgment virtually, Chairman of the Tribunal, Justice Ezekiel Ajayi, declared Emmanuel Umbugadu of the PDP as the lawfully elected governor of Nasarawa State. The federal government has called on stakeholders' collaborations in the health sectors towards improved access to health care. The Vice President, Kasim Shettima, made the call at a dinner organized in honor of the Special Advisor to the President on Health, Salma Anas Ibrahim, by the Southern Borno Stakeholders Forum in Abuja. He urged Nigerians to trust Anas while expressing confidence that she would deliver on her job. In her remarks, Anas noted that President Tinubu was passionate about the health of women and children, and that he was doing all he can to ensure health gets to them. She also called on support to ensure the success of the Renewed Hope agenda of the President. The Coordination Africa Health Budget Network (AHBN) Aminu Magashi urged Anas to use her efforts to strengthen health and security agenda in the country. He called on the President through the Office of the SA Health for the founding and implementation of Action Plan for National Health Security, which is in process of being finalized. Magashi also called on the full implementation, early release, efficient and accountable utilization of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, has finalized preparations for the inauguration of 23 new judges who will join the Federal High Court. Festus Akande, the spokesperson for the court, announced that the ceremony is scheduled for October 4th and will be officiated by Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, at the Supreme Court. Akande also revealed that the Apex Court has arranged a valedictory court session at the October 10th to pay tribute to the late Justice Chima Santos Nweze. The list of the newly appointed justices, as stated in the announcements, include Dipo Oludende Isaac from Ogun State, Ogundare Kehinde Olayiwola from Ekiti State, Agbaje Olufunmilola Adetutu from Lagos State, Musa Kakaki from Kaduna State, amongst others. Former Minister of Petroleum Resources Diziani Alison Madueke on Monday appeared before a London court on charges concerning bribery during her time as a minister. This bribery reportedly took the form of cash, luxury goods, private jet flights, and the use of high-end properties in the United Kingdom. Diziani Alison Madueke served as Nigeria's Minister for the Petroleum Resources from 2010 to 2015 during the presidency of Goodluck Jonathan. Prosecutor Andy Young outlined allegations that she had accepted various benefits, both in cash and kind, from individuals seeking or already receiving lucrative oil contracts, collectively valued in billions of dollars. These benefits included 100,000 euros, 100,000 euros, totally $121,620, cash delivery, payment of private school fees for her son, and utilization and refurbishment of multiple luxurious properties in London and the English countryside. District John Michael Snow granted Alison Madueke bail under certain conditions, including an overnight curfew of 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., the mandatory wearing of an electronic tag, and 70,000 euros surety to be paid before leaving the court premises. Her next court appearance is scheduled for October 30th at Southwark Crown Court, which handles serious criminal cases. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention said it has recorded a total of 1,068 Lassa fever cases across 112 local government areas in 28 states. Lassa fever is an acute viral hemorrhagic illness caused by the Lassa virus, a member of the arenavirus family of viruses. Humans usually become infected with the Lassa virus through exposure to food or household items contaminated with urine or feces from infected mastomy rats. The disease is endemic in the rodent population in parts of West Africa. The NCDC revealed this on Monday in its Lassa fever situation report for week 37, September 11th to September 17, 2023 release, saying Lassa fever remains a major public health challenge as poor environmental sanitation, poor awareness, and late presentation of cases are reported to fuel the epidemic in Nigeria. And the suspected cases are now 7,352, and that the disease has killed no fewer than 181 persons in the country. The Nigerian Army says it has destroyed 4 camps suspected to be hideouts of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and the Eastern Security Network of the Okigwe local government area of Imo State, where fresh and old corpses were recovered. According to the statement, the troops during the operation engaged in a gun battle with men of the IPOB and ESN who escaped with gunshot wounds into neighboring forest. This was contained in a statement signed by the spokesman for the Joint Task Force Operation Udoka 2, John Unikaluku, and shared on the verified X handle on Monday. You're watching Global TV Midday News, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Global TV Midday News returns, Nigeria's stock market closes on a positive trajectory with 29.52% gain. We'll be back with details of this and other stories right after this short break. Please don't go away. Welcome back, and this is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the midday news from the nation's capital, Abuja. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has called on African leaders to improve the well-being of their people through good governance to tame the rising military intervention in the continent. Ganduje said this when the national chairman of the ruling party in Ghana, the New Patriotic Party (NPP), Stephen Etim, paid him a courtesy call yesterday at his residence in Asokoro, Abuja. In a statement by his chief press secretary, Edwin Olufu, the APC national chairman decried the living condition of most Africans and urged leaders at all levels in Africa to work assiduously to provide good governance to ameliorate the suffering of the people. The chairman further traced the long history between Nigeria and Ghana, noting that both countries shared a lot in common. Lawyers of the Nigeria's ousted president says they are filing a legal case in the West African country against those behind the coup that deposited the democratically elected leader. The lawyers of Mohamed Bazoum, who was overthrown on July 26th and has been detained since, also said in a statement they were appealing to the United Nations Human Rights Council. The complaint is aimed at the new strongman General Abdurrahman Tiani and others. It constitutes a civil action and allegedly attacks and conspiracy against state authority, crimes and offenses committed by civil servants, and arbitrary arrest and confinement. It is expected to be lodged in the next few days with a court in the capital, Niamey, where the lawyers are also stating that they were appealing to two bodies of the United Nations Human Rights Council, including its working group on arbitrary detention. Indonesian President Joko Widodo on Monday inaugurated a $7.3 billion high-speed railway connecting the country's capital with the city of Bandung, a China-backed project that has been mired with problems. The 142-kilometer, 88.23 miles railway, one of the president's flagship infrastructure projects and part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, has faced problems ranging from land procurement issues, pandemic-related delays, and ballooning costs. The maximum operating speed of the train could reach 350 kilometers per hour. Jokowi said, calling its modernization of his country's mass transportation that is environmentally friendly. Lahut Padejan, a senior minister overseeing the project, said at the launch that free trial rides on the bullet train, which have been underway since the second week of September, will be extended and ticket prices will be implemented in mid-October. As part of the agreement of the federal government and the labor union, the government has decided to approve a significant sum of 100 billion naira of high-capacity CNG buses to bolster the transportation sector. The plan was unveiled yesterday as part of the parliamentary measures to alleviate the petrol subsidy pain during the meeting with NLC and TUC. The decision also encompasses the distribution of 55,000 CNG conversion kits to initiate an auto gas conversion initiative, while waiting for the ongoing construction of advanced CNG stations across the country. According to the federal government, the plan will be unveiled within the next month with pilots across 10 campuses nationwide. The agreements were reached at the rescheduled parley at the State House in Abuja last night. The full agreement were contained in Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) signed by the Minister of Labour and Employment Samuel Bakolalong, Minister of State for Labour and Employment Nkiruka Oyejichoja, and Minister of Information and National Orientation Malam Mohammed Idris. NLC and TUC President Joe Ajero and Festus Osifo with the NLC General Secretary Emmanuel Ogbuajo and his TUC counterpart Nuhu A. Toro signed for labor. The Nigerian Stock Exchange NGX all-shared index appreciated by the 29.52% to a close to 68,382,114 index point in the third quarter of 2023. This development has pushed the market to its 15-year high on the back of strong positive sentiments. Analysts attributed to the rally to the policies of the new administration of President Tinubu, the harmonization of different exchange rates, and the floating of naira, despite concerns such as rising inflation, interest rate hikes, and apprehensions surrounding the fallout of the 2023 general elections. Investors' confidence remains strong, leading to increased buying activities. The positive sentiment among investors can be attributed to several factors, including peaceful transition to power following the 2023 elections, favorable policies introduced by President Bola Tinubu's new administration, such as the removal of fuel subsidies, streamlining the exchange of rates, and floating of the naira. The federal government has unveiled strategies to increase funding of the Nigerian tech startups to $5 billion annually by the year 2027. The Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, disclosed this in his ministry's draft strategic blueprint released on Monday. According to him, from around $1.2 billion in funding recorded in 2022, the government will be ensured a 50% increase in funding every year to achieve the $5 billion target by 2027. While most Nigerian startups are currently sourcing their funding from foreign investors, Tijani says the government will drive an increase in local funding. According to him, the intent is to increase an environment for startups to raise the funding they require to thrive locally and promote the domiciliation of startups within the country. A look at sport. Victor Osimhen will aim to continue his newfound goal-scoring run of form with another goal in the UEFA Champions League when Napoli hosts record winners Real Madrid at the Diego Maradona Stadium today. Osimhen has scored 64 times, making 15 assists for Napoli in 109 games across all competitions since completing his record 70 million euros, an African record. 3 years ago from Lille, the 24-year-old will also seek to add to his tally in the Champions League against Real Madrid. The former Lille and Sporting Charles striker has scored 5 times and will look to equal Ahmed Musa's scoring record, 6 goals in the competition. Speaking ahead of the game, Napoli captain Giovanni De Lorenzo has warned Real Madrid, insisting Osimhen hasn't changed. The Italy international spoke at a press conference on the eve of today's Champions League game. Despite De Lorenzo's comment, several Italian reports claim Osimhen's Napoli future remains uncertain despite his latest Instagram message. A North Korean weightlifter broke a world record for the third women's event running at the Asian Games in Hangzhou on Monday. Kim Kyung-hyo appeared to have competed internationally as a 14-year-old junior in 2018, sets a new snatch record of 111 kilograms on her way to gold in the women's 59-kilogram class. North Korea weightlifters have not taken part in international competition since 2019 after the country's borders were sealed because of the pandemic. When they were scheduled to return to action at a meeting in Cuba in June, rival lifters strongly objected, saying the North Koreans have not been deported since 2019. The World Anti-Doping Authority sanctions North Korea after declaring its national anti-doping body non-compliant in 2021. The sanctions remain to this day and included, in theory, not flying the North Korean flag at any regional, continental, or world sport event, excluding the Olympics and Paralympics. Yet their flags was carried at the opening ceremony in Hangzhou, and their weightlifters have proudly saluted it on their podium, often in tears. That's it on Global TV Midday News, and it came to you from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production, I am Fauziya Lukman, thanking you so very much for watching. I'll see you soon.